Welcome to this lesson on the equilibrium constant. The equilibrium constant, represented by the letter K, is a fundamental concept in chemical equilibrium. It provides us with a mathematical way to describe where a reaction stands when it reaches equilibrium. This expression tells us the relationship between the concentrations of products and reactants at equilibrium, giving us insight into whether a reaction favors the formation of products or if it prefers to stay as reactants. The equilibrium constant, K, is a numerical value that describes the ratio of product concentrations to reactant concentrations when a reaction reaches equilibrium. This number is incredibly useful because it tells us the position of equilibrium. In other words, K helps us understand whether the reaction mixture at equilibrium will contain mostly products, mostly reactants, or a relatively equal mixture of both. The value of K remains constant for a given reaction at a specific temperature. Before we write the K expression, we need to understand the general form of a reversible reaction. Consider a reaction where lowercase a moles of substance react with lowercase b moles of substance B to form lowercase c moles of substance C and lowercase d moles of substance D. The double-headed arrow indicates that this is a reversible reaction, meaning it can proceed in both the forward and reverse directions. The letters A, B, C, and D represent stoichiometric coefficients, which are the numbers that balance the chemical equation. Now, let's look at the mathematical expression for the equilibrium constant. K equals the concentration of C raised to the power C, multiplied by the concentration of D raised to the power D, divided by the concentration of A raised to the power A, multiplied by the concentration of B raised to the power B. This formula is the foundation of equilibrium calculations. Notice how products appear in the numerator and reactants appear in the denominator, and each concentration is raised to the power of its stoichiometric coefficient from the balanced equation. Let's break down the key components of the K expression. First, products always go in the numerator, or the top part of the fraction. Second, reactants always go in the denominator, or the bottom part of the fraction. Third, concentrations are raised to their stoichiometric coefficients, which are the numbers from the balanced equation. Finally, the square brackets represent molar concentrations, which are measured in moles per liter. Understanding these components is essential for correctly writing any equilibrium expression. Let's apply this to a real example, the synthesis of ammonia. In this reaction, 1 molecule of nitrogen gas reacts with 3 molecules of hydrogen gas to form 2 molecules of ammonia. To write the K expression, we put the product ammonia in the numerator, raised to the power of 2 because its coefficient is 2. In the denominator, we place nitrogen with no exponent since its coefficient is 1, and hydrogen raised to the power of 3 because its coefficient is 3. This example demonstrates how stoichiometric coefficients directly translate into exponents in the K expression. The magnitude of K tells us about the equilibrium position. When K is much greater than 1, the numerator is much larger than the denominator, meaning products are favored at equilibrium. When K is approximately equal to 1, we have similar amounts of products and reactants at equilibrium. When K is much less than 1, the denominator is much larger than the numerator, meaning reactants are favored at equilibrium. Understanding these interpretations helps predict the outcome of chemical reactions. There are several important points to remember about the equilibrium constant. First, K is temperature dependent, meaning its value changes if you change the temperature. Second, pure solids and pure liquids are not included in the K expression because their concentrations remain essentially constant. Third, K is technically unitless because we actually use activities rather than concentrations in the true thermodynamic expression. Finally, the K expression must match the balanced equation. If you change the coefficients in the equation, the K expression changes accordingly.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.